During the pandemic, I was staying at Drake's house in Calabasas.
You were living at Drake's house?
I was staying there. Me and DJ Spade, we stayed there for like almost the whole time of the pandemic. So
no way, like 2 years?
Yeah.
2, 3?
So I was working on my album. I used the studio.
Woo! What's up, everybody? It's your boy My Wand here at Dash Radio on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Today we got the man. I don't know if I should say the king, the prince, just the man, superstar, producer, singer, songwriter, former rapper, even.
Yeah.
It's been all around the world, and we have him here today, Trackdilla.
Yes.
How are you doing, my man?
I'm good, my brother. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So good.
Thank
This
you.
is long overdue.
Yes.
Me and you spent, we met each other in the pandemic.
Yes.
And I've been following your journey ever since. And you're one of those really interesting people that you're behind the scenes, but you're in front of the camera too.
Yes.
And you've been in some rooms that you probably have some crazy stories.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you met, if I'm correct, your music career really started taking off when you met Dre London at Drake's house.
Yeah.
As far as your solo career, right?
Yeah.
You were already producing at the time,
Yes,
correct?
I was already producing.
And you produced some hit records. I mean, from I Do, the duo that you were part of. You guys were charting on the Billboard charts. You right when you met Dre, you handed him a record for his artist, Lexi Pantera.
Yes.
And that went #2 on Billboard.
On Billboard, yeah.
And what made Trackdilla say, you know what, I want to step in front and be the artist. I want to be the one, you know, in front of the microphone now.
I think what happened is that, like producing, it takes so much work, and it's like so much energy, and then it's like you do it, but sometimes like you pitch song to artists, and sometimes the artist doesn't see the same vision as you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I just took it as a sign, like, you know what, I'm gonna do it myself, and then everything that I'm doing is like stuff that I pitched to other artists, but they didn't.
Yeah, and then
they didn't see the vision.
Okay, so you're still cutting records for other artists.
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I'm just very selective. You
Okay.
know? I'm just very selective. I just want to make sure that it benefits me too.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, and you're doing one thing about you that's so interesting is you are so versatile. I remember the first time we met, you were playing us records, and we went to this studio.
Yes.
And everything from Latin to Afro to
Yes.
Caribbean to
Yes.
even elements of R&B.
Yes.
You're just very, very versatile. Where did you draw your inspirations from growing
I
up?
think my sound is just very universal because of, you know, the places that I've been, you know, and then like coming from Africa, going to Europe and being here, like it's all of that just combined in me. And then, I just like uniqueness, like just add like touches of things, you know. Everybody is mixed today. Everyone like, you know.
Absolutely.
So it's like the music got to be the same.
Absolutely. I love that we're at a point now where a hip hop artist can drop like a Caribbean song.
Yes.
We have pop artists doing hip hop songs.
Yes.
It's all across the board.
It's all exactly. It's all crossover now. So.
And you are capable of doing it all. I have seen you producing, I have seen you writing, I have seen you singing. But what is your favorite, or what do you think is your strongest capability in the studio?
Honestly, what I enjoyed the most, what I've been enjoying the most lately, is just like coming up with top lines. Just go in the booth and just go like do crazy melodies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm really, really good at that, and then I get better every day I get better, and then like, you know, and I've just been doing like a lot of top lines. Like as soon as I get back to Miami next week, I'm in the studio working on my Latin album, you know.
Your Latin album?
Yeah.
So Trackdilla is the artist, and you're gonna come out in Latin?
Yeah. I'm gonna sing like a few words and stuff because I want it to be authentic. I don't want to like, you know, I'm not Spanish, but I love Spanish music. So I'm gonna have like features, and then, you know, it's gonna be a mix of Afro Latin, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful mix. I think I was researching, and Latin music is heavily inspired by African music. It almost came from it, right?
It comes from there. Like you listen to like rumba from like Congo. You listen to like Koffi Olomide, like those are artists from like Congo and stuff, and then you listen to the music, and it's very similar to Cuban music. Like it's the same thing, like, you know, like same rhythm, like they use the same like guitar, like all of that.
And hip hop too comes from African
Everything comes from Africa.
Everything comes from Africa. That is the point I was trying to get to.
Everything comes from Africa. You know?
Absolutely, man. And you have traveled far. You went from Angola, right?
Yes.
To France?
Yes.
France to Miami?
Yes.
Miami to LA? And then now you're back and forth.
I'm back and forth, yeah.
Where do you prefer to be?
Right now, I prefer to be in Miami.
Why is that? The woman, the partying, the nightlife?
Yeah, it's a combination of everything. It's beautiful city, like the water, like the views, like, you know. And then like there's so much you can do there. And I love LA too, you know. LA is always home to me as well. It's just that LA, since after the pandemic, it's like it hasn't been the same.
No, it's really not.
The energy is just, it's not the same. So you know.
A lot of crime too. I don't know. Yeah. Is it the same in Miami? Has there been a lot of crime?
Well, in Miami it's a little different. It's an open carry state, so people think twice. You know. Now there's a new rule. You can you don't even need a license to buy a gun anymore there. So,
oh snap! So people are
they think twice.
Definitely,
you know?
definitely.
Like everybody's spiking there. So
yeah. No, it's smart. Yeah. But man, so I remember when I first met you, you had just dropped "Spend My Money."
Yes.
The year was 2020. Trackdilla just dropped "Spend My Money."
Yes.
You were on the verge of dropping "Are You For Sure" with Rotimi.
Yes.
You had worked with Playing Skills.
Yes.
And I remember at the time you were telling me you had an album on the way.
Yes.
But then it never dropped, right?
Yes.
So what, if you don't mind me asking, what happened then in 2020?
Okay, so the album, I still have the album coming out. It's just gonna come out next year.
Okay.
Probably around April or May. The name of the album is called Moneyland. Like Moneyland, because I want to rebrand the name of Africa to, like, there's so much money in the soil, you know. So
absolutely,
I want everybody to call Africa Moneyland.
I love that.
Yeah. So
I love that.
That album has a very specific sound. Hey,
people are excited.
That album has a very specific sound. So so it's just like the songs, like they're timeless. Like a lot of the songs that's on the album, like I've done them. Like when I was during the pandemic, I was staying at Drake's house in Calabasas.
You were living at Drake's house?
Yeah. I was staying there. Me and DJ Spade, we stayed there for like almost the whole time of the pandemic. So
no way, like 2 years?
Yeah.
2, 3?
So I was working on my album. I used the studio, same studio where he made Scorpion.
Wait, Drake just let you live at his house?
Yeah.
How tight are Trackdilla and Drake? You guys are really close.
I'm tight with a lot of people, you know.
But you have to be really like I have a lot of close friends.
Yeah.
There's few people though I would say, yeah, you can stay at my house for 2 years.
Yeah.
A year or two.
Yeah.
Okay, so while you were there, you were recording when you did that album?
Yeah, I was recording. I was like, you know, like I just didn't want to just be there and not to do anything, you know. So I'm like, this is an opportunity, you know, like the biggest artist on the planet. Let me stay there. I'm like, you know, this is destiny. Like I'm supposed to be there. So use the studio, you know, made a lot of like great music there, a lot of record there and stuff. So I feel like the sound that I was making there it's a timeless sound, but I have to introduce it in a specific way.
Okay.
I just didn't want you to not understand the sound.
Okay.
Because it's very Afro, but it's very Afro pop, like it's a very unique sound. You know?
Okay, very different. So it's not like conventional or traditional.
Yeah. I mean, all the elements are there, but it's like you know, it's something that we created like to tailor around me, you know. So it's not something that you're gonna like you know, you like I have a song it's just a guitar and then the drums go like completely like left side, like you won't expect it. You know? It's a beautiful project. It's a beautiful project. Yeah.
So you're sitting on a lot of music.
Yes.
But we got to speak about what just dropped now.
Yes.
1133.
Yes, 1133.
It's considered an album, right? Because you dropped it as an album.
Yeah, I mean I dropped it as an album. It's an EP.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an EP. It's a five song album. So
it's very, very, very good. All
Thank
5
you.
songs are cohesive.
Thank you.
From Oh Na Na to Turn Around,
Yes.
all the way down to, it even gets real sentimental on
Yes.
the last song.
Yeah, the last one, Go Without You. Yeah.
Yeah, go. But
Yeah.
all 5 songs, there's never a moment where like they all smooth. They go very smooth.
Yeah.
Nothing feels out of place.
Yeah.
What made Trackdilla say, okay, now's the time to drop my first project?
So I always wanted to, I think like, as we were talking about Moneyland, like the reason why I didn't drop it, like I told you, like the time was not right. So I took like about a year and a half break to just like get the finances together because I'm independent. And it costs a lot of money to release music. So I just wanted to make sure
Absolutely.
that the moment we start dropping, there's non-stop. you know?
Okay.
So I did that, went to Miami, I hooked up with my guy, Steve, that runs Songwrite Club, which they have a bunch of like songwriters. And then we did a bunch of camps for like 3 months. We were just like every day in the studio, Audio Vision studio in Miami, and different studios, and we just created, I just wanted to create like records. And then as we started creating records, a lot of the records I was gonna like shop them to artists. And then I started listening to record. I'm like, nah, I'm keeping them for me.
Yeah, this one's for me.
This is for me,
Yeah.
And then I just kind of like, I'm like, oh, I have like these 5 songs. They're amazing. Let me just put that, like, I was going through the catalog that we did, and then I put the song together. And I just sat on them. And I was like, sounds perfect. I think I should put that together and then drop that as an EP for the summer. So that's
I love it. I'm so glad that you did it because I feel like it's been bubbling for a while.
Yes.
Your creativity and you're somebody who you have so many contacts in this industry.
Yes.
So I understand what you mean when you say when you drop, you want to do it right.
Yes.
You want to make sure you don't take any shortcuts.
Exactly.
You can, cover everything. There's a lot you got to do. Independent still.
Yeah. Independent, there's a lot you gotta do. It's pretty much I do the job of like 20 people.
Absolutely. I mean, when I met you, you were. I remember you were saying you You would help throw parties. You had big events. You would bring people to. You were doing. You had just dropped a big music video.
Yes.
You do a lot. You wear a lot of hats.
Yeah. I do.
I got to give you a gift, Trackdilla. I give every artist an album from my CD collection.
Okay.
So I want to give you this CD and talk about how you've gotten yourself into rooms with so many influential people. So this CD here, this is Blackstreet.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Another level.
That's crazy. Thank you.
Of course, you early on in your music career, you got to work with Chauncey Black, right?
That's what I was going to say. My boy, Chauncey Black. Yeah.
How did you get tapped in with him?
I met Chauncey through, so earlier on in my career, I was working with someone that's always believed in me, Spliff Star.
From Flip Mode?
Yeah,
Busta
Spliff Star,
Wow.
he linked me with Busta, everybody, and then they had a label at the time was called Paper Rock. I mean, it's still around. And then, so I was a part of the label.
That's how you produce for Busta.
So that, and then so Busta had signed Chauncey at the time, and then I produced Chauncey's single with Sean Paul.
That must have been such a crazy.
The record is crazy. Unfortunately, it never came out, but the record is like, it was crazy. Even
just that
Busta was going
experience,
crazy.
Because you grew up off the two sides of American music and Caribbean music. And you Sean Paul, Chauncey Black.
Yeah, so I was already doing that back then. Like, even you can ask Spliff always told me, like the African stuff, like you have to stay to your root. Like, he always told me that. So I never forget that.
What foresight, because now the African music is dominating.
Yeah.
And you've seen it from when Afrobeats first started emerging globally to where it is now.
Yes.
What has the rise of Afrobeats done for Africa? Because you're still very tapped in.
Yeah. I think what it's done is like it really opened people's eyes, like, hey, we can do this too. Like, we don't need y'all. Like, when you see like artists like Burna Boy selling out like stadiums, like,
Absolutely.
like it would take like 10, 15 years for like an artist to do like a main, like a rap or like a R&B artist to do that,
For sure.
Some of those artists today, like big names, can't even sell out stadiums.
No, he did Madison Square, right?
Exactly.
Sold it out.
So it's like, and it's only the beginning. Like, we only like it's not saturated yet. You know, it's only the beginning. It's the music that makes you feel good, like, you know, and it just brings good energy. It's not like, you know, I want to kill you, rob you. That it's not.
Absolutely.
Of that, you know?
Every Afrobeat song I've heard is very upbeat. Just gives me a positive energy.
It's positive. You know?
Even when it's sad, even when they're reflecting, you're doing it a positive way over a rhythm. It's such a beautiful thing.
Yes.
So do you often go back? Do you go to Angola?
Nah, I haven't been back. I'm gonna be traveling. I'm gonna start traveling like next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know when you first dropped, you and Dre London had a very specific plan. If I'm correct, when you first dropped, you wanted to almost first conquer the African music scene.
Yes.
Are you still kind of focusing on that market?
Yeah. So what we did is like, hey, let's get Africa first, and then from Africa, like, you know, we go to Europe, and then we take it to America. But what happened is that my number one market today is America. So we did, like, the plan that we were trying to do just happened to happen like by itself. So my number one market is Africa, is America. And I know why. Is because the way I make my music, it's like, all right, I see it's in English, you can understand it.
Yep.
It's catchy, it has all the element. But compared to like an Afrobeat artist, like, you know, they speak a different language, like, so some words
more
you
like
might not understand. So
100%.
I make it so that people here, they can feel the same vibe and understand it, and like they can sing along as well.
Very true, very true.
So that's why, like, you know, America, I guess, is my number one market now. So
are you now focused on America?
Yeah, we focus on America. You know, America, the UK is another market. France, Japan, surprisingly.
Really? So Trackdilla's out in Japan?
Yeah. Even Hong Kong. One of my songs was number 4 in Hong Kong on iTunes. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you gone out there yet?
No, not yet. Like, so next year we're gonna do all the traveling for next year. Like,
okay.
So I wanna like, so, you know, we just dropped 1133. Like in September, I'm waiting on the date, but in September I can already say it. Like in September, I have another single dropping with Roy Woods.
Wow!
Yeah. Crazy song is called
Energy.
Energy.
Collaboration. I would have never expected.
Yeah, I'll play it to you.
Woods.
It's so good. Like, it's so good. It was supposed to be on the EP, but because he dropped his album like a week before mine, it's just there's not enough time for, like, you know, for the promotion. So you know, Mr. Morgan just from OVO is just asked to give more time so that way we can properly, like, you know, promote the record. So
is it fair to call you OVO Track?
Yeah.
I feel like you're OVO Track.
Yeah.
Like, as long as I've known you, you have been so tapped in with the OVO camp.
Yeah.
How did Trackdilla get so tight with the OVO camp?
It's a long story, but pretty much, you know, my best friend, DJ Spade, you know, DJ Spade is like best friend with Drake, so he's the one that kind of introduced me to Drake and stuff. And then, you know, I just been around, like, you know, my family, like, you know, we take care of each other, and I just been around, like, you know, and that's that.
I love that, man. There's definitely something about Trackdilla, because to me, there's certain people who just make real relationships and get along with everybody.
Yes.
And when I look at your career, you have made a career out of building good relationships.
Yes.
From Scott Storch.
Yes.
You know, you got to work with Scott Storch early on, and really your solo artist career is kind of fresh.
Yes.
Compared to your producing career, but so early in this probably 5-6 year run you've had, you've worked with some of the biggest artists of our time. Yeah. But you've also developed relationships with them.
Yes.
Is there something about your upbringing, or what is it about Trackdilla that really does a good job of building relationships?
Well, I feel like I'm just a very genuine person. You can see through, you know, that's why I wear glasses a lot, because you can see through my eyes, everything. So, but, you know, relationships is pretty much everything. Like, once you can establish that and just be like, you know, just be straight up about what you want when you come to people, you know, instead of like going around and trying to like, no, this is what I need from you. Like, just say it. Like, that's how I am. Like, I'm just, I need this from you. And some people expect things from me, and that's fine. Like, I don't look at it, oh, you're just using me for that. No, like, if that's our relationship, that's our relationship.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah, I feel like just keeping it like, you know, 1,000, and like, you know, and just always be respectful of everybody's time, and and you just you just build relationship that way.
I can attest to it because from the day I met Trackdilla, you've been nothing but genuine, respectful.
Yes.
You've been very supportive. Anything I'm doing, Track has been supporting on the way, and that's why. And then it ends up making me want to support. Like I was so excited when you were like, "I'm coming back to LA."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yes." And the project just feels good, man.
Yeah.
It's short, but it's sweet.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
perfect length.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
The second, what's the last song again? Get You.
Go Without You.
Go Without You. The second Go Without You ends, I want more.
You want more?
I'm like, man, there's a taste left in my mouth. So I love that you started with the EP.
Yes.
So what? Actually, let me first ask you, what's your favorite song on the EP?
Man, it's so. I like all of them. They all have like the vibe. But honestly, I think Go Without You is like definitely because it's just like.
Was that written from a real experience?
Yeah, it's from a real experience. Like I sat down, I have a writer that I work with, her name is Starfire. Shout out to Starfire. So, we sat down and I'm like, I want to like talk about this, like, and then like we just kind of put it together. Like I did, I'll do my melodies and then she write the lyrics and stuff. So yeah, I love that record. It's
a beautiful record. And it is the one standout record. It's the one that sounds the most unique on the project. Of the 5, it's kind of slowed down. It's more melodic, but I love the whole project.
Yeah, thank you. Now, that song also is like to show you like, like I kind of wanted to showcase on each song, like, a little bit of what I can do, because and then once the singles for like Moneyland start dropping, you're going to be like, okay, cool. You're not going to be confused.
Okay, so this was really an appetizer for Moneyland.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And what's your plan around Moneyland? Are you planning to drop it this year?
Well, I have I'm independent right now, but there's a bunch of labels that's highly interested into working with me. So we're gonna take some meetings and we're gonna see what happens with that.
So this was to get to let them know.
Yeah, but yes and no, because at the same time it's like I'm prepared to release no matter what. I just had to get over like because I'm like a producer, executive producer, like there's numbers that you need to hit and stuff. So I kind of think like a label, but I also had to just like what, forget about the numbers, forget about all that, just focus on the music. If the music is fire, at some point it's gonna take off,
Certainly,
but I'm also realistic that hey, if we're spending like 150,000 on marketing, and then you have access to $1 million in marketing, like the numbers are going to be completely different.
100%. And fans don't really understand.
Yeah,
even
they
the
don't
biggest
understand.
artists, how much, even Drake, how much he spends on marketing.
Yeah, they spend like crazy money,
Yeah.
I always say like Coca-Cola is the biggest brand, like it's one of the most famous brands on the planet, but every single day they advertise.
Absolutely.
So it's like, it's the same with music, so.
No, absolutely. It takes a lot. And there's nobody I respect more than the independent artist who puts out good music.
Yes.
Because your journey is the hardest.
Yes.
You have to make all the decisions.
Yeah, all the decision, everything. You have to deal with all the bullshit.
Any losses
everything.
you have to deal with.
All the time, Someone is not going to do the job right, and then you're losing money, and it's just like, it's
everybody
crazy.
always wants something from you, and, it's... Man, I don't envy the independent artist life, but I respect you guys so much.
Nah, it's a lot of work, but it can be done. It can be done.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's just a lot of work. You just have to have the right team. Right now, like I'm putting like a new team together and stuff. So I just don't want no one around me that's not doing the work. I rather just do all the work and do it properly.
Yeah.
And that to have just people around like they do like they're not doing the work properly.
Well, what if a producer or a songwriter or an artist wants to connect with you? What's the best way for somebody to try to connect with Trackdilla?
They can just, I respond to everything. Like you can just DM me, like I respond. Like I'm very like,
You're still accessible.
Yeah, I'm very accessible. I always will be because you don't know who's coming your way,
Absolutely.
So like last night I was at Drake concert and then 1985, this producer is like, he came to me, he's like, oh man, like I see you moving, I see you dropped the project. I'm like, wow, like this is 1985. Like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, let's work. I said, let's go. Like, so it's like, it's working, So, but I'm getting like a lot of like amazing feedback, and I just really want to like, I know I have like a lot of connection, but I don't want to use my connection for them to push. I just want it to be like organic.
I love that.
If somebody wants to post, and then they can post. Like, I have not asked any of my friends to post.
You're not going to be like Meek Mill, like Drake. You didn't post my album, Drake. Come on, Drake.
I'm not asking. Like, I just wanted to, like, I need to be genuine. Hey, I just dropped some music. Listen to it whenever you want, and then, like, just give me your feedback, and then that's it.
I love that. No, you really have been like Trackdilla has never blown me up to like, yo, check this out. But you'll DM me like, hey, I just dropped new singles out. But you're very respectful about it.
Yes.
It seems like you grew up from very humble beginnings.
Yes.
I think I was reading at some point your family, I don't know if it was your parents before you were born or if after you were born, you guys had to flee a country, right?
Yeah, we had to flee because of the war,
In Angola? Was that in Angola?
Yeah.
Do you remember those times?
Not too much of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because you're so humble, and like to me, when you meet people who come from such humble beginnings, you can tell. Yeah. I can tell you're just a genuine guy.
Yeah.
You're a very, very genuine guy, and you're an absolute gem for this industry because you've pushed so many records. Yeah. You've been behind so many records that we didn't even know about.
Right.
Is there anything that you've done on that side, on the producing and songwriting side, recently that's gonna be out soon?
Yeah, but I'm very excited about like everything that I've been producing for my project.
Okay, so you're locked in on you right now.
I have some very big features on Moneyland, like some very big names. So I'm really excited about that. Like I can't wait for you guys to like start hearing the project. But like I'm just gonna be consistently dropping. Like we're dropping the song with Roy Woods in September, and then I'm gonna do a Latin remix of Touch on Your Body. I'm trying to see who I'm going to put on right now. I have two options.
Is that going to be the introduction to your Latin album?
Yeah, that too. So what I want to do is just like, at first I was like, okay, let me drop the Afro pop album and then let me drop the thing. But now I just want to like put a little bit of Latin here and there so that when I drop the Latin stuff, you're like, okay, cool. I'm already used to that. I'm not trying to like,
absolutely,
like kind of prepare you for it.
Yeah, I love that. So man, you're gonna be busy. Trackdilla's gonna have a busy year
very, very busy. Like we've been working. Like a lot of the songs is ready. Everything is like ready. Everything's already kind of scheduled and stuff. And so I'm gonna close out the year by like doing some remixes and dropping like a couple of new songs. And then in November we're gonna do a deluxe version of 1133 with like all the remixes and like the new songs. And then that'll close out the year. And then January, I'm start dropping singles for Moneyland.
Okay, so 2024 is a year of Moneyland.
Yeah.
Very exciting because I got a sneak peek of some of your work in 2020 when we were in the studio.
Yes.
And I was so impressed. Just one thing about your work, it's very high quality.
Thank you.
You don't cut any corners.
No.
You work like everything's so big, all the production.
Yes.
I remember at the time we were in the studio, you had a young producer with you cooking up tracks for you on the side while we were working on the main track.
Yes.
You're just always going and evolving. And I'm sure as you're rolling out Moneyland, you're going to be working on the next 2-3 projects.
Yeah, I'm already like I just linked up with my boy DJ Chino. That's with Pitbull. He produced papers for Faruko. Like he's a big producer. So I just told him like, I need you to like come in as like a co-producer for my Spanish album. I feel like that's the right person for me to do this project with. So we started already. We had a session like last month in Miami. We did like 2 bangers already. Yeah.
You're not you see no shortcuts.
Yeah.
You're making Latin music. You got with
I gotta go with the best
crop.
one. Him, my boy White Star. Like he wrote papers. Just bringing like the right people. So like it's authentic and it's gonna be fire.
Man, you do not cut any corners.
No.
There's one thing I've always respected about Trackdilla since I met you. When I first was introduced to you, we were doing a show where we watched music videos.
Yes.
And we brought on artists.
Yes.
You were one of the artists, and you had dropped "Spend My Money."
Yes.
And I remember when I saw the video, I'm like, this motherfucker did this independently. Yeah. Cut no corners. It's a huge video. You had a goat in the video.
Yeah, I had the goat.
All these beautiful women. big house. And I remember specifically you had a golden iPhone that you had dropped in water and broke.
Yes.
Have you fixed the golden iPhone?
Yes, it's been fixed. Yeah.
Is that the golden iPhone?
No, this is not.
Okay.
This is not. This is not this one.
But you still have the golden iPhone.
Yeah, it's in Miami. I left it in Miami.
Okay. Trackdilla, man, you were definitely one of the harder working artists.
Thank you.
You've worked your ass off since you've gotten into the industry.
Yes.
I feel like it's all coming together right now.
Yes, it is.
At the perfect time.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I went the right way, like switching into artists. I feel like that's something I always wanted to do anyway, but I was just not prepared to be like in people's faces because, like, you know, I've been in the background. It's easy to be in the back and like make your moves and stuff. Like when you're an artist, it's like a little bit more different, you know.
It's more stressful.
Yeah,
too,
it's a lot more stressful. You have to, like, you know, watch what you do, like all of that. So it's just a combination of stuff. But you know, I've been around the greatest artists, so I've learned from pretty much everyone. So I feel like, you know, it's gonna be good. I'm good. Everything is going, like, moving the right way, you know. And that's another reason why I named the EP 1133 as well.
Yeah, what was the reasoning?
I see that number all the time. Like
11 or 33.
Yeah, I see both of them together.
Okay.
Or so it's a combination sometime, but like I see it like all the time, like without trying, you know. So I feel like, you know, it's like it's telling me something. And then I kind of looked it up too, and then I looked it up, and then hold on, let me go to it.
So you were seeing it like on your clock, on bus stops.
Yeah, everywhere.
You look.
You know.
Angel numbers.
Yeah, it's an angel number. So it pretty much said that you're on the right track. You need to be devoted to your soul mission. Only positive thought. Believe in higher forces, like limitless potential. Listen to your intuition. Like keep working hard and fight for your goals. It's like all of that is like literally like what I'm going through. So it's like, all right, we're gonna call it 1133.
I love it.
You know?
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited for the year of Trackdilla.
Thank you.
You know, music is a drug. He is the Dilla.
That's right.
I remember that. Is that still your slogan?
Yeah, that's still my slogan.
I love
Always
it,
gonna be
man.
my slogan.
I love it, man. Trackdilla, you were very professional. You were one of one, just genuine human being. I'm honored to be sitting here with you. I want to end this with one question. I want to manifest.
Yes.
Who's a producer and who's an artist that you want to work with that you haven't yet?
Definitely, I'm manifesting to do a song with Drake.
Oh,
and then the producer Timbaland.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I love that. Maybe it will all be together.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
I think Timbaland right now too is really he's on it. He's doing so much creative stuff.
I have a song that's on Moneyland. Actually, I want him to touch it. And the crazy thing is, he actually put one of my record on his playlist on Spotify, the Bad and Wicked.
Oh,
and then
really?
he posted it too on his IG, you know. And like I was like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I DM him and stuff. Yeah, you know. But my guy is very good friends with him and stuff, you know. Like I said, again, like I wanted everything like to be organic, you know. But like, yeah, I'm gonna do my best to make it happen.
No, but those are gonna happen. Timbaland and Drake. I mean, you were at Drake's house for a year and a half. I mean, you've probably seen some shit, Trackdilla. if you wanted to, you could probably put out, you know, some crazy stories on people.
Yeah, but you know, people trust me. So,
no, of course,
everything stays with me.
Trackdilla, man, thank you so much, man. Dash Radio.
Yeah.
You know, we had Billie Eilish's first radio interview.
Wow, that's
Post
crazy.
Malone's first radio interview.
Wow, that's crazy.
Cardi B.
Nice.
And I know you've been doing your thing, but we take pride. We've really been invested in you since 2020.
Yes.
I know you've been dropping since 2015.
Yes.
But since 2020, you've been out on a major note.
Yes.
And we're definitely behind you. We support you.
Thank you.
Very excited for 1133 to just keep growing its legs and roll straight into Moneyland and the next 2-3 projects.
Thank you. That means
I have a feeling this time you're gonna stay consistent.
Yes, this is it. Like it's gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna drop music and all the time, and like not worry too much about trying to like do a million stream. That doesn't really matter to me right now because it's gonna get there, you know.
Absolutely.
So you just gotta keep dropping, and then one time something is gonna blow up, and then everybody's gonna go back and listen to all the catalog and stuff. So.
Exactly,
Yeah.
100%, and just enjoy it. Like
Exactly.
One thing about Trackdilla, you're doing good regardless. Like
Yes.
you seem to be living your best life at all times.
I'm trying to. You know, it's not easy.
Listen, I would love to be Trackdilla.
I'll make it look easy, but it's not easy. But you know,
you make it look really fun. Following you on the gram, I'm like, Trackdilla's always doing something big, man.
Yeah, and I don't even post everything like that. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I just keep to myself.
You go to Turks and Caicos, huh? Like every year, huh? I feel like
next
you go
year I'm going
Turks and Caicos once a year.
I'm gonna treat me to a nice vacation next year because I'm about to be super busy.
I know, man.
Yeah.
Trackdilla, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If someone's discovering you right now, what's the first song you want them to listen to?
Right now, I want them to listen to "Go Without You."
Go Without You.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a real personal, introspective song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm gonna say, "Oh Na Na." I think
Nana is fire. Yeah.
That song is a perfect culmination of everything that you are.
Super catchy. Everybody loved that record.
Yeah. Beautiful record. Well, Trackdilla, thank you so much.
Thank
11:33 is out now.
It's out now.
Jump on the bandwagon and the boat now, because I promise you, when Moneyland drops, I won't even be able to get a hold of Track.
Nah.
He won't be opening our DMs in.
Nah. You always reachable. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, man. Everybody, this is Trackdilla,
Yes.
the man, the myth, the legend. This is your boy Maiwan here at Dash Radio. 11:33 is out now.
It's out now.
We're out. Boom.
Thank you, guys.